Hey Sagittarius, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for now through the end of August 2025 for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Sagittarius. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So we have trusting in the universe. Trusting in the universe to, just to put you in the right path here. Yeah. Very nice. Just having trust. Yes, I see things lightening up. Little Leo energy. It's energy of lightening up. So it's an energy of things feeling lighter. Somebody here is definitely thinking something through. So we have little Gemini energy. It doesn't mean they are. Okay, some Aquarius, Leo, Gemini. It's energy. So this is someone who's thinking something through. Okay, it has to do with trust. Somebody could have a few trust issues here too, but it's just energy of trusting in the divine here, trusting in the universe to put you in the right path. Someone is definitely reflecting on their priorities. More Aquarius energy. It's an energy of someone releasing things that no longer serve. It's somebody here prioritizing something. So it's saying to think things through. Okay, whether it's yourself or someone around you. Yeah, someone here is definitely seeing the bigger picture. Yeah, someone's being enlightened here. They're reflecting on priorities. So I do feel, now this could be yourself or someone else. Like I say, take it as it resonates. But someone's now starting to see the bigger picture because they've been reflecting on their priorities. Now this is a love reading. Someone may not be prioritizing their relationships. There could be trust issues, but something is lightening up, or it's going to come to light because someone's seeing the bigger picture. They've thought this through. So interesting. Ooh, I love it. To speak the world into being. It has to do with two people talking, communicating face to face. It has to do with speaking things into being. So this is somebody who wants something. So what they need to do is communicate. Yeah. This is, like I say, I feel there's something about two people coming together. Because it often the universe puts you in the right path of somebody. Okay. So someone here is definitely doing some thinking things through, choosing their battles. They're kind of in their head here. It could be somebody who didn't think things through originally. It's often a Gemini energy. It's fairly quick, especially with the Leo and the Aquarius. But the Aquarius energy is someone who needs to release things that didn't serve them. It's about prioritizing relationships, communicating, speak the world into being. It's where somebody needs to be. Somebody feels this is where they need to be. But the interesting thing is with this thinking it through, someone's right where they need to be. They needed to think this through. They need to choose their battles, prioritizing relationships. Someone may not have made somebody a priority. They maybe have, they were prioritizing something else, but they're now seeing the bigger picture. I love this. This is exactly what needs to be seen here. So let's have a look at this trusting in the universe. This could be just trust issues as well. Yeah, someone was pinned down by their thoughts not moving. Someone thinking things through. See, choosing their battles. This is someone who is, now it's definitely a healing, but it's clearing things up, clearing things out. Someone taking a break. So someone's not quite ready to move, but they're starting to see the bigger picture, right where they need to be. They need to speak. It's about face to face. Two people. But this is where you need to be. They feel this is where they need to be. Where they were wasn't where they needed to be. Whether it's emotionally, mentally. Yeah, let's have a look at lightening up. What's this lightening up? See, it's an energy of somebody with pride possibly getting in the way. Yeah? It has to do with going down this path, teaming up, cooperation, compromise, compatibility. Yeah, someone's thinking about this. It's about what someone brings to the table, but it's also themselves. So there's an energy of someone acknowledging. Something's going to be acknowledged. Things you have in common, compatibility, but it's about teaming up, coming together, two people coming together. It's about building each other up. So something is building. Someone's thinking about this, but they're not quite ready to move. It has to do with this person needing to communicate. Let's have a look at thinking it through. Yeah, see, something to do with a house, a home, a family, a financial foundation. See, it's about coming together. Someone doesn't want to sleep alone. I can tell they don't want to be alone. And they're seeing the bigger picture. They have to prioritize family, house, home, relationships. Yeah, thinking it through. Some reason to celebrate. Someone's releasing, clearing things up. They're ready to go down another path. It's just getting clear. Someone getting clear in their mind because they were pinned down by their thoughts. Likely because they're healing from a situation. Look at that. Reflecting on priorities. Family, home. See, it's an energy of home. But it's about partnerships. You know, it's about prioritizing their partnerships. So this could be a business situation, like where they work a lot. They could be a business owner, but they're not. It has to do with reflecting on their priorities. Somebody's been prioritizing one thing too much, not focusing on the relationships, but they're seeing the bigger picture. Yeah, so someone who's been kind of procrastinating, but they're now seeing opportunity. See, opportunity, fantasizing, romanticizing, maybe being more romantic in their partnerships. See, they're thinking about all these feelings, all these emotions. Now they see opportunity. They know a good thing when they see it because they're seeing things, they're seeing the bigger picture. They're getting it, you see? Wow. Let's have a look at this. Speak the world into being. Speak the world into being. Yeah, see, someone's been weighing the pros and the cons. Back and forth. Should I or shouldn't I? Yeah, it has to do with love, longing for love. This is someone definitely sitting there, but it could be another person as well. Should I or shouldn't I? See, it's options, opportunity. Someone here it has to do with someone not prioritizing someone. See, juggling work. And it's also a person too, a feminine here, thinking about their love life. See, maybe focusing too much on the love life, not focusing on the priorities, which is a business and opportunity, but it's about the balance between the two things. So we definitely have an energy of two people coming together here. It's about speaking, communicating. Someone wants to reach out. We have someone here who wants love, longing for love. This is someone who's been really focusing a lot on their house, their home, their money, you know. But yeah, so it's time to focus on love here. Yeah, we have someone suffering in silence. See, that's not speaking. Someone's suffering in silence. They're not saying anything. This is someone who's really wanting some love here. But they're, like I say, keeping all their feelings to themselves. The other person, the other energy here is the person, should I or shouldn't I reach out? They see opportunity. You see, this is someone who's seeing the bigger picture. I feel some of you have been focusing too much on home yourselves, the feminine. You know, like I say, prioritizing. Someone may have been, it's also an energy of someone who hasn't been prioritizing their love life. It's time, but we have someone who's not speaking up, suffering. Someone's suffering in silence here, not saying anything because they want the other person to speak up. Yeah, it's to do with investing, timing. Someone here's just being patient, hoping something pays off. Interesting. It's an energy of someone investing. See, their time, their energy. But something to do with the timing. Let me grab another deck here. I'm just going to use this deck. Let's have a look at this Four of Swords. What happened here? Yeah, Ten of Wands. Someone with a lot of burdens, responsibilities. Someone's releasing some baggage here too. See, healing from the past. But it's about being reliable, dependable. Someone who pulls their weight. Some of you have maybe dealt with relationships where, you know, someone didn't pull their weight in a relationship, or they just weren't reliable. But someone definitely is, you know, somebody here who's, I feel, very strong, working multiple jobs, a lot on their plate. And that's what I feel for this other energy. But just take it as it resonates. Let's have a look at the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, the Star. See, someone's hopes and dreams is house, home, family. But someone here needs to release things that didn't serve them. So it's about, or a situation didn't serve. We have someone who may have focused too much on their love life at some point and didn't focus on their finances. But it's like we've got these two people here. So it has to do with somebody letting go of a situation didn't serve. Someone has a lot on their plate. It's working multiple jobs, juggling. I also see someone looking about investing, you know, more in their love life and just being patient. It's an energy of finding that balance between the two. priorities, right? Someone here was focusing more on their business, their house, their home, their financial foundation. But someone here is now thinking of love, but suffering in silence, not saying anything. Yeah, we have someone here, you know, feeling a little bit drained, maybe even getting bored, but it's also an energy of someone possibly ignoring someone, rejecting them. So this is why I feel someone here is just, you know, I mean, it's a person often seeking out other options because the other person isn't making them a priority. Now, whether this is yourself or somebody else who's now seeing the bigger picture. But it has to do with investing emotionally. Someone's hoping something pays off here. See, they're just waiting patiently, not saying anything. It's all about communicating. Tell me about this Ten of Pentacles. Why is this here? Someone may have ignored somebody, but it's an energy of someone, you know, feeling drained. Some of you may have options, but nobody that you're interested in. Okay, so spending time at home. Yeah, I actually feel somebody here is going to balance things out here. Yeah, Six of Wands. See, it has to do with someone who didn't give someone attention. So there's definitely an energy of someone who's releasing some baggage where a situation didn't serve them. There was some sort of rejection, someone ignoring someone, but it's also, like I say, someone who's getting kind of bored. You know, they're working all the time, you know. See, it's an energy of Six of Wands. It has to do with someone chasing success. Someone who's successful, but it has to do with someone who wasn't giving someone enough attention. This is what happens when someone doesn't give someone enough attention. So we have a person here, and I don't feel like it's a feminine. If it's a masculine, someone here who didn't make somebody a priority. So someone is this feminine seeking out other options. Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, this is someone going after something here. So someone planning, preparing for success, hoping for the best. See, someone focused all on their financial success. So there's been a victory, some sort of acknowledgement. But I feel we have someone here who didn't give someone the attention when they had the opportunity. So now they're seeing the bigger picture. This is someone who may have other options, you see. Let's have a look at the Seven of Cups. They're fantasizing, yeah. Queen of Swords, somebody here speaking up, speaking their truth, cutting someone out. So this is somebody probably got a little bit upset here. Little Aquarius. So we have someone who's releasing things that no longer serve them as well. See, it's someone's hopes and dreams, everything they could have wanted. So someone didn't make a person a priority. But we have a person being very wise and being discerning here. Yeah, look at that. See, there's opportunity. Someone taking another opportunity. There's opportunity coming in. But we have this energy of someone with it's a Sag energy of someone who just likes to be free. You see? So it's someone here trying to decide if, you know, maybe if they want to be single or take an opportunity, but it has to do with someone putting that best foot forward, planting the seed. We have a feminine who's been hurt. Someone's pride or ego may have gotten in the way too, where someone ignored someone, maybe even for the wrong reasons. But it has to do with, I feel this, there's a Sag energy here with this card. So it's often someone who's likes to be free, playing the field, dating lots of people. So it could be this person trying to decide this, but like I feel it's just somebody who wasn't prioritizing relationships. They were chasing success, financial stability. But it's also an energy of someone now acknowledging that someone here is successful. This is an energy of someone chasing after someone, because someone's now seeing the bigger picture. Yeah, we got a feminine who's not budging or moving. Now, like I say, there's somebody's past energy, but they've released it. The situation didn't serve. Now we have that Ace of Pentacles, someone chasing after something here. Yeah, see, the Tower came down. Some sort of shock, something sudden, an opportunity. So the situation ended because someone didn't go after somebody or give them attention. And the Tower's come down, but it's a massive epiphany. Yeah. Three of Wands. Yeah, we have somebody here just waiting. This person's not budging. They're suffering in silence. There's a feminine energy of someone who's not saying anything. They're not reaching out. They're not communicating because they want this person to make them a priority. So someone, I feel, like I say, they're seeing the bigger picture. You see, their emotions are starting to flow. It's about a situation coming to fruition. But somebody has definitely, because they didn't prioritize another person in their life, the other person cut them out, spoke up, and moved on. No longer invested. Like I say, it's someone who's not saying anything. But I feel there's several things going on. Yeah, see, Six of Pentacles, someone reaching out. Whether, see, the Star, someone's hopes and dreams. Everything they could ever want here. But it has to do with someone reaching out. Now, it has to do with whether it's mutual. Someone's pride's getting in the way. They don't know how the other person feels because they're not saying anything. But this person sees the bigger picture. They need to be more generous with their time, their energy, and prioritize a relationship. So interesting. This is someone no longer talking, no longer feeding someone's ego. This is often a person who sacrifices and gives. See, someone who was generous, they were giving. The other person didn't reciprocate, or they just weren't giving someone enough time, because it has to do with those priorities. Look at that, Eight of Wands. Oh boy. So this is about movement. Someone needs to make a move. This is someone who needs to let go of their pride and ego. Someone's pride took a hit too because of the Tower. See, where this person's not talking, no longer giving, no longer communicating, but still kind of waiting patiently. But it has to do with someone investing properly. See, waiting patiently here. Eight of Wands, movement. Somebody here definitely felt overwhelmed too. I can see someone feeling a little overwhelmed. There's definitely someone who has a lot on their plate. I can definitely see someone who has maybe working multiple jobs or trying to juggle their love life, their work, because there's definitely a feminine in that energy. But it's also somebody who was really interested in someone. And we have an energy of someone who didn't pull their weight in a relationship. Someone's ignored someone, rejected them, cutting them out. But it has to do with someone speaking up. Someone should have spoke up instead of not saying anything. That's what I feel for the feminine. But this masculine wasn't prioritizing. It looks like a past energy. It's been released. It's some baggage. So, yeah, we have the birth of something new, the Empress. This is someone who knows their worth. You see? Yeah, it's the start of something new. Could be some of you got someone new coming in because someone didn't make you a priority. So what's new coming in? But I feel like it's this other person. I feel like this masculine energy is someone who was, see, not prioritizing their relationships, their partners. So they've now released it because something's ended here. The Tower, something ended because of it. So someone having that massive epiphany. But now they have this opportunity with somebody who's open. See, it's an energy of acknowledging this is an Empress. This is someone who's everything they could ever want, but yet they ignored them or rejected them, and it's because of a past energy. There we have it. Someone who's very kind, compassionate, emotionally mature, someone who gives, someone who's very generous, very kind. Yeah, this person didn't make them a priority. So, like I feel, it looks like somebody's cut someone out and moved on. But then we have this new energy, this beautiful Empress energy. Yeah, the Lover. See, someone making choices in love. It has to do with choosing love, prioritizing relationships. There's a bond, a connection, and attraction. It's the start of something new. So some of you have got this energy of someone new. This is someone who's looking for someone new, too, dating, playing the field. They're not finding anyone they're interested in. You see, they're not finding anyone. There's no one they're tight, no one who pulls their weight. Because it has to do with whether it's mutual. It has to do with respect, self-respect, self-worth. See, this is someone who knows their worth. Someone's learned that lesson too. So there's all kinds of stuff going on. But the Lovers is a bond, a connection with two people who actually build each other up. The Tower and not tear each other down. So it looks like we had a relationship. I'm going to tell you, I do feel there's a Queen of Swords, someone who was always tearing someone down. There was always maybe, someone who finally, I feel, cut someone out and moved on. But now we have this other opportunity. It has to do with this masculine energy. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. See, this is somebody focusing a lot on success, playing the field, or they're just focused on their financial stability, not prioritizing their relationships. It's about priorities. It's about balance. Now, the King of Pentacles is generally very balanced. This person's very stable. financially stable. This is someone who I feel is now seeing the bigger picture. They're getting it. They're having a massive epiphany. But there's definitely that 2 Queen of Cups energy. So someone here didn't prioritize someone. I don't think this person's invested anymore. They're no longer giving. They're no longer reaching out, no longer talking, but they're suffering in silence. Yeah. But there's that, I feel that Empress, somebody kind, compassionate. There could be some sort of forgiveness here. But I feel it's an area, and it's also a person who can be very forgiving. But like I say, somebody here's cut someone out, and that's where I feel where this masculine took a hit. Their pride, their ego took a hit because they didn't prioritize another relationship. So they've definitely learned, because they're looking at the situation. They're looking at all the details. They're planning, preparing. This is someone getting themselves ready. So this is someone who knows. They now see the bigger picture. They need to give someone attention. Yeah, this is someone, 10 of Swords. A painful period in their life is over. They're rising like the phoenix from the ashes. They're preparing themselves. Well, they are prepared because they have released a lot of baggage from the past. Now, this doesn't mean this person was all bad. They may have been in a relationship with someone who didn't pull their weight. Maybe there was a lot of financial issues they were prioritizing. Maybe they needed to. But for the most part, I feel this is someone who's been dating, playing the field. There's nobody they're interested in, and now they're looking at this Empress. The Empress is open. This is someone keeping their options open. Someone seeking other options because the other person's not giving them attention. And that's likely what happened to this person. Yeah. Yep, 10 of Pentacles. See, a painful period is over for someone. I do see stability, partnering up, a house, a home. See, it's an energy of feeling like home. This is somebody who actually, it's definitely somebody who could be a business owner, but they prioritize that. They're not making home a priority, their family. There could be children, possibly. 10 of Pentacles is about stability, though. This person's stable. They're now seeing this is someone who's stable. They see this person who's stable, this Empress. Somebody who's wise, discerning. Someone who knows their worth. Someone who speaks up, speaks their mind. But I still feel someone cut someone out. They've taken another. This is someone who's taken another opportunity. But now we have this is someone who's now ready. They've healed. They're ready for something. And they need to come in right. See, someone's realizing it too. Building the foundation. Prioritizing home, their relationship. So we have a person who's waiting. See, while someone's waiting, they're just focused on house and home, focusing on themselves. Definitely an energy of someone who's emotionally mature. But it's someone who's keeping their options open. Yeah. Well, it's the way it goes. Yeah, we have the King of Swords. So this is someone doing a lot of thinking. This has to do with truth. See, someone should have told someone the truth. You see, it has to do with someone chasing someone for the wrong reasons. They may have had someone who maybe was interested in for the wrong reasons. It's very possible. It's not always the masculine's fault, because I do feel it's somebody here who this person was providing. See, this is someone with integrity. They speak truth. This is their intentions. It's someone who actually has positive, but it's about, I do feel they weren't prioritizing that person. But this is somebody I feel who, feminine here. I don't know, but it's likely different for everyone. But look, they have all the tools, the information, everything they need to manifest what they desire. So there's a lot of desire. They want this Empress energy. They want this person. This is somebody who has everything they could ever want. And it's possible they didn't take an opportunity when they had it. They didn't give them enough attention. So you can look at this in several different ways. But this is a person who's breaking free from a situation. They're ready for something new. Yeah, they're seeing the bigger picture. They know. Yeah, it's an Emperor too. This is somebody, an Emperor. So they've been working very hard, getting ready financially. It's a person who wants to be able to provide. So it's an energy of this person being able to provide. But we have an Emperor and Empress. It's what two people provide for each other. So I feel this is someone who, it's very possible this is someone who was in a relationship with someone who maybe was only interested in for their money or what they could provide for them. So it's like nobody really got what they wanted, I feel, with this kind of a past energy. This is someone putting on the brakes, taking another look at a situation. But it's also someone who's in control of their emotions. So it shows someone who's emotionally mature. They're not ruled by their emotions, but they're coming in to take the lead. This is a leader. This is someone taking the lead. They're definitely determined that this is successful. But this is someone who wants to be successful, to be able to provide. So you see, like I say, we've got someone who's tearing someone down, putting them down, angry with them because they're not prioritizing them, because there's someone who needs a lot of attention. So there's ways of looking at that. Sometimes some people need a lot more attention than somebody can give them because they're trying to provide the house, the home, the stability. So you can see there's always two sides, right? So let's have a look at the Chariot. Yeah, see, something came to an end. Somebody put on the brakes and ended a situation. See, the Death. But someone's ego's taken a hit too. Someone's pride and ego. So I do see someone seeing the bigger picture. Like I say, they probably weren't giving them enough attention. But this is, so a cycle in someone's life is finished. It's over. This is someone who's gone through a lot of internal change because they're seeing the bigger picture. Yeah, it's about putting themselves out there. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. See, they were being stubborn, stuck, focusing too much on one thing, their money. This is also someone who's in protective mode. And that's why I feel whoever this was has ended something. It's over. They've released baggage, things that no longer serve. But it also has to do with a feminine here who knows their worth and value. Because someone's ignored someone, rejected them. But it's also someone, like I say, has been dating lots of people and they're not finding anyone that's their type. But if someone's ignoring somebody and not reciprocating, then this is someone who just doesn't focus anymore. Now this person's looking at this. See, being stubborn, being kind of stuck. But this is also, I'm going to tell you, there's just two people here who may not have been right for each other. And that's what's being released. See, it's about being dependable. Somebody here has been taking a break. They're healing. They're thinking things through. Yeah. Somebody here definitely releasing things that don't serve. Someone who keeps things close to their chest. Protection. Yeah, someone protecting themselves because of what happened before. Someone chasing them because they are that Emperor energy, because they're stable. So this is somebody who definitely is, you know, kind of cautious here. Someone who plays it safe. But now we have someone who's taking a pause. This is that inner reflection, massive epiphany, massive realization. It's not all the other person, you know. This is the thing. There's perspectives, each other's perspective. But this is someone who's having that epiphany. They're looking at things from a whole different perspective now. Yeah, they're seeing somebody, seeing things from a whole different light here. You betcha they are. Yeah, see, house, home, family, a reason to celebrate. People getting together. It has to do with a home, someone's financial foundation. This is somebody who generally likes home, the love of home, family. But yeah, I feel like if you're the feminine and you're no longer speaking and you're open, you're keeping your options open, this is someone who needs to, they need to move. They need to make a move. They need to come in right. Yeah, Queen of Wands, someone who knows exactly what they want, not settling. See, it's all part of the Empress. We have a feminine who's mastered all the energies of the Empress. So, but I do feel there's somebody, this person dealt with someone here. But it's, I feel it's over, it's finished. Some of you, the feminine, a painful period in your life is over. Okay, it's done. But this is also the Queen of Wands, somebody who's very sexy, very charming. Somebody who's just doing their own thing. See, doing their own thing, just doing you. And here comes this person. See, now what's happening is I feel we have a feminine who's keeping their options open, maybe playing the field, dating other people. I feel like there's a mutual energy, something mutual, something you both have in common. But the interesting thing is it's like, but it's like the opposite, it's telling me. Yeah, but there it is. Someone who knows what they want. They're generally not afraid of going for it, but somebody has done this already, and then the other person ignored them. So this is that newer energy, and I still feel this is someone not saying anything. You know, Six of Swords, see? There's an energy of someone trying to avoid a disaster, someone avoiding someone here. See, avoiding communicating. You see? because they rejected them. So now they don't want to communicate with that person. And this person's now seeing the bigger picture. It's the feminine or the masculine energy here. The Emperor is now seeing this. Someone charming, hardworking, someone who pulls their weight, someone who's reliable. But now what I feel is we have a feminine who's in protective mode because they are successful. They are an Empress. And now they're worried that someone's interested in them for all the wrong reasons. So now we have a little bit of an issue here. There's lessons that need to be learned, but there's this time in between. So somebody is definitely, it's an energy where somebody probably didn't take time to get to know someone, maybe judged them wrong or something here. But as someone who's trying to avoid, yeah, see, this is after a period of time, someone's looking at this, their goal. See, they're seeing this, their goal. They're assessing the situation. See, they've learned something. They found something out. And now they're looking at this after a period of time. You see? Assessing it, looking at that pentacle, the path that this person's been on. They're now choosing a whole new path. Ooh. Someone's planning, preparing for success, hoping for the best. This is someone who's actually successful. So there was someone who avoided someone or moved on to avoid a disaster because they'd just been through something. It looks like they had just ended a situation, and it definitely didn't serve them, so they've learned a lot of lessons. But now they're looking at this feminine energy of someone who pulls their weight. So it looks like they had a person who put a lot of, they were in charge of all the financial responsibilities. They working multiple jobs, a lot of pressure is what I feel, a lot on their shoulders. But it's almost like both people too. So this is like two people going to come together here. And this is someone looking at this Queen of Wands, someone very sexy, very charming, very dependable, very creative. This is someone with a lot of skills. They're seeing this. Yeah, someone who's single. But we have a feminine here. I'm going to be honest, a very independent energy of someone here who's feeling very independent. They take care of themselves. They look good. You know, they're feeling pretty good. But because this person rejected or ignored them, because this is someone who wants someone who's their type. They've dated lots of people, haven't found anyone that's their type. It goes both ways. So this is that mutual energy. But this masculine energy is looking at this. Someone single, independent, they take care of themselves. They do as well. But now they're thinking of investing in this, and they're hoping this is going to pay off. So they're going to approach. Now this is, like I say, there's some time in between. Lessons are being learned. So we have an Emperor and Empress. This is two people who've learned all their lessons here. So this is good. This is where the universe puts two people together at the right time in the right place. You see? So this is what's really interesting. Something spiritual going on here. Yeah, Five of Cups. Someone feeling, you know, like it's an energy of someone who's focused on the negative. They're feeling kind of sad. Someone's feeling sad. I feel we have a feminine who's feeling sad, like there's not a lot of hope. This is someone who feels there's no hope to connect with someone who's their type, someone who pulls the weight because they've also dealt with it. See, these are both people who've dealt with people who don't pull their weight in a relationship, and they end up with all the responsibilities of everything on their shoulders. And this is both people. So now we have this masculine and feminine both feeling like there's not a lot of hope, but the universe is going to put you together, the right time, the right place, because there's places here. Interesting. See, two people kind of sad, feeling lonely. Yep, feeling lack, can't find anybody that you're compatible, someone who pulls their weight, someone who's or it's just somebody who's reliable. Because I feel we've got feminine who just deal with people who don't follow through. They're not reliable. They only come in when they want attention. So, but this masculine's dealt with somebody who needed too much attention. You see, and it's somebody who didn't pull their weight in a relationship because they were prioritizing. They had to prioritize the work to keep things stable, financial stability. Yeah. So you can see a lot of lack and loneliness. A couple people are kind of lonely. And I do feel the feminine is getting lonely. I feel the masculine is. But there's all this negativity, this sadness. See, people who come in with lack, they don't provide anything. So this is why I feel we've got a feminine trying to decide if they want to just stay single or not, but also a masculine, which is interesting. Yeah, the universe is going to bring you together if they already haven't. To me, I feel like there's already something that may have happened. But now someone's putting on the brakes and taking another look. Something they didn't see that they're now seeing. They're now seeing the bigger picture. Eight of Pentacles, somebody who works, they're capable. But it's somebody with a lot of skills. Very capable person, something that they didn't see. So it's likely someone who's rejected the feminine. Could be the other way around. So take it as it resonates. Yeah, Page of Swords. Now this is someone very curious. See, they're learning something with that Six of Swords. They've learned something. And they're now even more curious. This could be someone new for some of you. But I see this person's very curious. They want to know. See, it's about learning about someone. I feel it's someone who you've already had some sort of situation. Yeah, look at that, the moon. Yeah, things that they didn't know, they now know. And they want to know more. So they're going very deep within their feelings and emotions. This is somebody very emotionally mature. This is someone who's keeping everything to themselves. They're not saying anything. Yeah, there's a feminine suffering in silence. They're not saying anything because this is someone who's reached out to someone before and then got rejected. So this is someone who's not going to budge. They're just going to keep their options open and kind of let the universe, decide. But the universe is going to bring two people together here because you both learned your lessons. There's the truth. Someone's seeing the truth. Aha. Victory, success, win or lose. This masculine's coming in. They're very curious. They've learned something. See, they've learned some truth, something they didn't know that they now know. But the feminine's still in that energy of keeping it all in. Yeah, now we have the Knight of Swords. This is someone leveling up. See, they're thinking it through. Thinking it through. Something that they didn't see. Now they're in a hurry. They see the truth. This could be successful. This is someone who's actually successful, someone who pulls their weight. Because I feel both people have dealt with people who can't find anyone their type. They want a partner. It's an energy of two people who actually want a partner, a real partner. Yeah, to have stability, something long-term relationship. So very, very nice. Yeah, look at that, Six of Cups. Two people lonely, longing for love. Like I say, if you already know who this is, it's an energy of reminiscing here, missing each other. But for a lot of you, it's just that longing, two people lonely, longing for love. And I feel like the universe is going to put you together here. Yeah, I do see someone here feeling a little shy. Now, there could be an apology for some of you if someone rejected you because they didn't see. Now they're seeing the bigger picture because I do feel they've learned something. See, it's a person who was curious, but it's like they didn't take enough time to get to know somebody before they made a decision. And they rejected or just ignored that person, just avoided talking to them, avoiding confrontation, whatever it may be. Because it's definitely someone who had ended. And I feel both people, something is over. I feel the stars, your hopes and dreams, it has to do with the feelings being mutual. So this is somebody coming in. Do you want to go for a cup of coffee? Yeah, they're determined. See, there's someone feeling confident. This is someone suddenly shy who is generally very bold. So like I say, it could be just apprehension or an apology. It depends on if you know who this is. But this is someone very determined, very charming. Look at that, two people who pull their weight, two people very creative, hardworking, two people who know exactly what they want and go for it. But I feel this is someone, they could be feeling a little humbled if there was a rejection. But like I say, it's, do you want to go for a cup of coffee? Yeah, so someone who can't stop thinking about someone here. They can't stop thinking about them. Reminiscing, like something happened. They can't stop thinking about it. But yeah, it's an energy of, do you want to go for coffee or an apology? Yeah, see, this is somebody who's now taking off the rose-colored glasses, the blindfold, and making a decision. They got their eye on you. They got their eye on the prize. They know what they want, and they're going for it. Wow. Like, wow. A couple more cards, and we'll wrap this up. I didn't mean for this to be so long, but I got to go with the flow. Tell me what this person's now seeing. What are they seeing? Ooh, this person's definitely very mature. They could be older or mature in age. They don't have to be. It could, more than likely they're mature here. Someone who's leveled up. Yeah, there's going to be communication, texting, phone calls. See, they have to make a move. Well, I do see friendship, maybe friends first, or there could be other people involved here. Yeah, so you got new love coming in. This is two people gonna, some of you this is new, but someone's just ready for someone new because they've healed, they've released, they've learned that last lessons. See, they know what they want. They're decisive, taking action to communicate. They need to take action, and they've thought it through. Yeah, they want to come together. There's going to be a union. Beautiful energy. So take what resonates here. A little food for thought. Don't rush to conclusions that it's an X automatically with this energy, because I'm seeing some variables under here where someone is definitely no longer interested, and they may be open to other options. So, but I do see two people coming together. I feel the universe is about to provide, to bring two people together. It's trusting in the universe, the plans. Someone's planning, preparing. And there was likely trust issues. Because if you've had someone who ghosted, ignored, ignored you or just avoided you, whatever the situation, or rejected you because they felt that you weren't stable or reliable, you see, that you wouldn't make a good partner, they could be taking another look. But others of you, it's just what you've gone through. You and this Emperor, and you've learned lessons, which tells me two people who are ready. You know, a lot of passion. There's definitely, I mean, that Lovers is there, the spark, the attraction. This is someone very attracted. This is definitely a person who's thinking, commitment, marriage, a union. So very, very nice energy. Very nice, yeah. It's an energy of someone who can't believe their good luck, chance, meant to be. They feel this is something meant to be. So, but it's an energy of, I feel, both people making this decision. It's about getting to know each other. Because someone here definitely, I can definitely see the energy of someone who didn't take the time to get to know someone they didn't see. They had the blindfold on. And they're now seeing because they see the bigger picture. They know it. They know what they see. They're seeing an Empress, or it's the feminine seeing an Emperor. Take it as it resonates. Wish you the best. Stay positive. And that's what this is all about. Staying positive, lightening up. See, someone's lightening the load. They're releasing some baggage, possibly too. More than likely trust issues. But it's someone who's ready to go down this path with someone who's compatible, someone who's a team player, makes a great partner. You both have skills. You're both bringing something to the table, but you're both mature and ready. That's what it's saying. So take care and see you soon.